Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Indian School of Physics. This is Nitin here, and today I have come up with a very simple and very conceptual problem which makes it perfect candidate of JEE Advanced type of exam. So here is the statement of this problem. There are 2 point charges placed inside a fixed hollow non-conducting shell of radius r0. At the lowermost point of the shell, a fixed charge q0 is present, while at the topmost point a point charge q0 and mass m0 is also present. Initially the system is at rest, there is no friction anywhere. Now the point charge is slightly disturbed. Find the minimum charge q0 for which point charge will oscillate, and time period of such oscillations we have to find out. So here is the diagram of it. This charge q is fixed. So if I slightly disturb it, it should oscillate around this position. This condition on charge q0 we have to find out. So let's discuss the concept part of this problem here. So as you can see, a system will perform oscillations if there exists a force or a torque which will try to bring the system in its original configuration when system is slightly disturbed from its mean or equilibrium position. Oscillations will always occur about point of stable equilibrium. So this is a very important information. You must remember that any kind of oscillation, if they have to sustain, they will occur about the point of stable equilibrium. We can leave few cases, however, like there can be a case that a block is projected between the two walls and collision is elastic. So that is also oscillation, but such type of equilibrium are neutral equilibrium. We are not considering those cases. We are mainly interested in where potential energy curve is changing. So like for this case, potential energy doesn't change. So we are not considering those cases. Potential field is not there. So the potential energy graph, that is UR graph, will form a minima at the point of stable equilibrium. Suppose this is U and this is R graph. So around point of stable equilibrium, it will take a minima here. So if I slightly disturb this, so it will start oscillating around this point. Similarly here, if I displace this particle slightly, it will start oscillating around this point. It will go here, come back here, and it will keep oscillating. This is unstable, so if I displace it slightly, it will never come back, it will go this side. Similarly here, if I displace it slightly this side, it will just go in this direction, right? So let's find out the condition for stable equilibrium in this case. So when I'm slightly disturbing this charge particle by an angle of theta from its equilibrium, then you can see here the forces which are going to act on this. One is mg on this charge, another one is repulsive force of F electric, and another one is normal reaction from the track. It should be acting in this direction. I have taken in this diagram, but here I have forgotten. It's okay. So normal reaction is also going to be present here. All right, now we want this charge to go back to the original situation, right? And here at this moment, if this angle is theta, I can write this angle is theta by 2 by using circles geometry. So I can write this F electric magnitude is k q0 by 2r cos theta. This length is 2r cos theta, whole square of this. Now if somehow about this point, about point C here, we can see if torque of F electric is more than torque of mg, then this charge will go back to its original configuration. That is the condition I'm applying here. So for oscillations to take place, this torque of Fe, electric force, is more than torque of mg. So here you can say the component of Fe along tangent is Fe sine theta by 2. So it will provide a torque of Fe sine theta by 2 into R, and that should be more than torque of mg, which is mg into R sine theta. So when I apply this for a small theta, I can take sine theta equal to theta. I'm just disturbing it. These angles are very, very small. So and when theta is tending to 0, Fe value is almost cos theta. We can take as 1 here. So k q0 by 4r square. This is the Fe value. Sine theta is theta. So when I substitute these values here and simplify, I am going to get this capital Q naught should be more than 8 mg small mg r square by k Q naught. This is going to be the answer for first part. Here k is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, which we use in the calculation of F electric. Alright, so this is the minimum value of charge Q above which oscillations will be taking place. Next, let's find out the time period. About center C, if I try to write restoring torque, the torque which is trying to bring it back, torque of normal is 0. Torque of Fe minus torque of mg is the net torque towards the mean position. So net torque which will try to bring it back to the original configuration, we can write here. When I do that, and this tau restoring I can write as minus times net torque towards the mean position. In this bracket I must write net torque towards the mean position. So tau is equal to I alpha. I can apply. Moment of inertia of this is mr square, and angular acceleration I can write as d2 theta by dt square, and minus I can substitute these values. Earlier also we have written. So when I substitute all these values for a small theta I'm dealing with, I get SHM equation. This is the standard SHM equation. So I can say these oscillations will be simple harmonic in nature, and its angular frequency I can write. I'm not explaining this calculation. It is somewhat similar to the previous one. Just substitute these values here and you'll be good to go. So I'm not explaining that part. It's very obvious. So I can write this time period as 2 pi under root of 8 mr cube by k q naught minus 8 mg r square. You can see here also this time period, since we are writing something inside the root, that must be positive, or I can say this number should be positive. When I do that, I'll be getting the same answer as part 1 of this problem. So you can directly write the expression of time period in such problems, and just check the ranges of values for which time period will be always positive. So this is all. I hope you have enjoyed this solution, and you have learned something new about equilibrium and multiple approaches. So if you have enjoyed the video, please leave a like, share it with others, and I'll be coming up very soon with another problem. Thanks for watching it.